everyone. I was gonna do a video on St. Patrick's Day. It's one of my favorite holidays. I've celebrated it since I was a child, and the traditions that I grew up with were if you were not wearing green, you'd get pinched, unless you were Irish, which I am not. So I always remembered to wear green on St. Patrick's Day so I wouldn't get pinched. I do like to celebrate St. Patrick's with an Irish whiskey and a Guinness. It's my kind of celebration, but I know some people eat corned beef and cabbage and different things on St. Patrick's Day. Please let me know down in the comments how do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Now, instead of focusing this whole video on St. Patrick's Day, I have decided to talk about a show that I found on Amazon Prime, and I absolutely adore this show. I don't know if you know who Jeremy Clarkson is. He was on the Grand Tour. He knows all about cars. I grew up as a child watching him. My dad loved watching the Grand Tour, and so I know him from there. Well, in 2019, he decided to work on a farm. He had owned the farm, but then the farmer that did run it retired. So he decided that he would learn how to farm and provide entertainment at the same time. And then when I say provide entertainment, I mean it is hilarious to watch Jeremy learn and try to farm. He makes so many mistakes, but isn't that how life works? You don't learn anything until you make a mistake trying to do it, right? And so the people on the show are great. I love all of them. We have, Jeremy. There's Caleb, the farmhand that Jeremy hires to help him tractor the fields, cultivate, and different things. And then we have Gerald, who is fantastic and does not look his age. If you watch the show, you will find out his age, and he doesn't look it. It is hard to understand. It kind of reminds me of the rural countryside of where I'm from, where there are people that are difficult to understand. So I love when Gerald is on screen talking to Jeremy. It's perfect. But the show, I will show trailers. So they've had a season 1, and then they were able to do a season 2, and there's a season 3 coming, and I am so excited. I cannot wait to see how Jeremy builds his farm. While watching it, I kind of get the impression that Jeremy may be a bit ADHD. He's constantly jumping from one project to another. He's creating all of these really fantastic projects on the farm to help produce money, but he almost tends to bite off more than he can chew, but he seems to figure it out even though he loses money. Thank goodness he has Grand Tour money. But it's fascinating for me to watch this show because they just tell you the honest truth on how it is to be a farmer in the UK. And it's very similar, I would say, to a farmer in America. I grew up knowing a lot of farmers where I'm at. Where I was raised, there's a big farming area, and there were a lot of farmers. My family were farmers, and so I know there's a lot of hoops you have to go through, and you have to be smart. There's a lot of things that people don't usually realize. Like farming takes ingenuity, and it takes hard work, but you have to know like exactly how to make sure the soil is perfectly fertilized for that crop. Different fertilizers are good for different types of crops, so you have to know all of that. And so it's just interesting to watch him farming and trying to deal with the subsidies or the lack thereof in some cases, and then just managing everything with the farm and with the government and the local government and different things. So it's really difficult. And I if he didn't have so much money from his prior career, I don't know if he would have been able to afford all of the things that he did on his farm. And so if you are just a normal family farm, they don't have grand tour money, it can be really difficult to run a farm making money on it. And he actually shows some of those family farms in the show where it's, you know, they're running out of time. Like, they have to figure out a way to make a profit. They're not really getting paid. They're just making enough to get by to keep the farm. They're not making really any profit off of it. So I think that's a really good view of farmer life. But yeah, so let's go watch the first season trailer, and I'll stop it and make some comments on different parts of the trailer. But here we go.
This aging man makes a living from driving fast and shouting random nonsense.
Sideways in linen.
He also owns a fairly large farm, and just over a year ago, he decided he'd be brilliant at running it.
Oh shit.
Welcome to Clarkson's farm.
Yes, he did buy a Lamborghini tractor, and yes, it is the butt of a lot of jokes throughout the show. Tractor's way too big.
Have you looked after sheep before?
I think I've gone in insane this. Whoa!
No, where the locals treat him with great respect.
This is Blue.
Yes. He is constantly getting picked on by the locals, but they do generally help him. The sheep, quite funny. He ended up losing money on the sheep, so be careful if you're going to get your own sheep.
Global warming, and you race about all your life in a vehicle.
Unbelievable horse shit. If we just scooped the whole area.
No, Jeremy, no.
That's as straight as a roundabout.
I'll do it properly now, or is it too late?
Oh, it's too late.
He thought that he was going to outsmart farming, and did not farm in a straight line at all because of it. It's funny, and Caleb's interactions with him, because he's clearly frustrated at him, are gold, and you should definitely watch the show.
Hey.
And where he faces actual, real problems.
Torrential rain. A month's worth in a day.
Where's the rain gone?
It's failed. 10 acres of it.
All this in a year when the world turned upside down.
Stay in your vehicle, please. I'm pushing 60. Smoked a million cigarettes. If I get it...
Yeah, there's not a lot of hope.
We're talking about 2020 is happening. COVID's happening. And so it's interesting to see like all of the changes that happened when COVID was really starting up. So the show starts in like September of 2019. He's trying to cultivate and get the seeds down for the winter, and so that they can harvest it, in the spring. And so this first season is from like September of 2019 through like June of 2020. So we get to see how they all dealt with the pandemic and everything that happened there as well. So that was pretty interesting.
He's on the floor.
So have a peek over the hedge
Let's go round at some sheep. No shit.
at Clarkson's farm.
No. They're really good eggs.
I've got a salmonella test.
Have we?
Have you?
You gotta test everything. You gotta test, make sure your eggs don't have salmonella. he's realizing you gotta test for everything.
I am happy here. Ollie. I've got a choice. I can either go back to London and resume my old life.
Yeah, do that.
Clarkson's farm.
So how's this coming along?
Well, this is if animals are a horse found on a map too, just to go off subject. See what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's Gerald. Yeah, so he actually does something really awesome. I love wildflowers. So he actually, a section of his land, he lets the wildlife just have at it, and so that it can be, the insects. It can bring more life to the insects and the creatures in the area. And he actually gets government subsidies because he's allowing a section of his farm to just be left alone, so that the wildlife can grow and live there. So that was season 1, which was fantastic, and I was like, there's got to be another season of this. I was hooked. There's just something therapeutic about watching a man struggle to run a farm. And he does get a lot of help and support throughout this, although he, because he's famous, when he opens up his shop, his farm shop, which I think was a fantastic idea. How else will you sell the farm produce? You could sell it to, the big corporations, factories, maybe local grocery stores. You could sell it to. But if you have your own shop on the farm, then you know who's buying, and you're providing for the actual local area. So I thought that was great. I love farmers markets and different things like that. So I'm all about having your own shop where you're selling your own produce, your own eggs, milk, whatever it is that you have on your farm. So I'm all about that. And however, when he opened it, he got so many people come because of social media. He put it on social media that he was opening a shop. Way more people came than he thought would come. And the locals didn't like that much. It made the town too crowded with out-of-towners. And so he does have to struggle with the local community, the local village that's there. And you'll see a lot of issues that he runs along with trying to appease the local village and the local government of that village. But yeah, definitely worth a watch. It's funny, you're going to laugh, and you're going to learn something about farming that you may, if you didn't grow up farming family or don't have a farm of your own, you can learn a good bit about farming in the UK. So it's educational and hilarious. So I'm going to share season 2 trailer with you, and we'll go from there. Before I start season 2 trailer, forgot that he named his farm Diddley Squat Farm. Perfect name for his farm, and he, as you will see in this trailer, he decides to diversify even further in his gardening, farming, and in the livestock that he has. So he tried with sheep, season 1, failed, he lost money, but he got to experience a lot of things. He's going to try with cows in season 2.
Oh my God!
You're not frightened of mice. There he goes.
He's actually underneath your wheel. As soon as you move, you're going to kill him.
Oh shit! Oh, roll back.
You just killed that poor mouse. I'll bury him. He lives!
So I could do another bag. You can cope with one load and your grain can't. If you can't go on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Absolutely love Gerald.
Here's my plan. Cows. No, no, no. Stop it. I'm being attacked by a cow.
Cows might get tuberculosis because of all the badgers.
You can't shoot.
That's something that I did not know about. And I thought was crazy. So there's a lot of badgers in the UK, and they're protected since like 1992. They've been protected, so you can't kill them, you can't cover up their little burrows. But the issue with them is they spread tuberculosis to the cows, in which they have to kill the cow, and they actually have to shut the farm down while that they deal with the cow, and then that has the tuberculosis, and test all the other cows to make sure they don't have it. So farmers are losing their livestock. If their dairy cow gets tuberculosis, they have to put the dairy cow down, and then they're not getting the milk they need. And so there's actually one farmer in the show where it's her family farm, and she lost 60 cows to the tuberculosis spread from the badgers, but there's nothing they can really do about it. They can try to their best to protect the cows, the food and water, to make sure the badgers don't get to it. But cows are very curious animals, and so they'll go investigate the badger, and so the badger can spread the tuberculosis to them, and there's nothing that the farmers can do to prevent this from happening.
Nope. Gas. Nope. You don't just hit it with a hammer.
No, you absolutely do not just hit it with a hammer.
My next plan, a restaurant.
You can eat cock.
The shop did so well from season 1. He's decided he wants to open up a restaurant using his own farm cow meat, chicken meat and eggs, and vegetables and produce from the farm. So it will be farm to table restaurant, which is a brilliant idea. I love that. And he even gets other farmers on board with him. And he's like, I'll buy your produce and things. So I don't have pigs. You have pigs. I'll buy pigs from you to sell at the restaurant. So it's brilliant. It gets all the farmers there. It gets an income going for the local farmers in that area, if he can get it approved by the local council.
Okay, more chilies.
I'm gonna try it.
This was a hilarious episode. He got really spicy chilies, and he grew all of the chilies himself. He put up some greenhouses and grew the chilies, and they're trying to cook like a chutney sauce, make a chutney sauce with the chilies, but they're too spicy.
Oh man, I feel it for you.
That's fantastic.
What?
They do show, as you see that scene, they show actual, in season 1, lambs giving birth, and then season 2, cows. So if you are, not cool with those kind of sights, close your eyes for those parts. They do, which I think is fascinating. I love that they show all of the bits, like, of what it's like to be a farmer and have to maybe provide help and support to those animals while they're giving birth. So if you have a weak stomach, you can not look at it. I'll warn you.
Welcome to agriculture, health and safety.
No, shit.
Oh my God!
And yeah, it shows he cuts his thumb. It's funny because he's explaining how you have to be careful because you can cut yourself on the potato grater, and then he does it. He actually has to go get plastic surgery on it because it cut it down to the bone. So again, if that grosses you out, close your eyes when that happens. Yeah, super good though. definitely watch the other bits of the show that's not so gross, but yeah.
I had to clear up the dog shit while my sausages were cooking.
Your dog's your shit.
Honestly.
What a twat. Drop me off over there.
Where?
Just by the red carpet.
I'm not dropping you below the red carpet.
Why?
I am not your chauffeur.
Funny thing about Caleb, he is constantly trying out new hairstyles, and he really likes the perm look going, and I agree. Caleb, the perm looks great on you. Keep it. But another exciting news that we find out in season 2 is he has a baby. So congratulations on being a father, Caleb. This was in 2021, so it's been a while. Yeah.
Go and park the car.
Shut up.
The restaurant's a huge amount of work.
This whole menu is basically a beef menu.
Everything's ready to go. I just need West Oxfordshire District Council to say, good idea.
The applicant's conduct is shameful. It indicates give me an inch and I'll take a mile attitude.
Shit. I like a beer on a hot day.
I love the smell of beer.
Yeah, a couple of these off you make with the pickled onions or something, like the Agberg, whatever it is in it, isn't it?
Wise words. Wise words.
So we have this was season 2, which was set, 2021, and they end up, they grow hops, and so are able to make their own beer, which is awesome. So that was the trailer for that. Now, season 3 will come out May 3rd of this year. I'm super excited. I am definitely going to be watching it. Hope that you are too. Sadly, however, I heard that the season 3 will be the last season for Clarkson's Farm. For some reason, Amazon Prime will not be renewing any more seasons of Clarkson's Farm and the Grand Tour, so season 3 is the last season we're going to get. But I hope maybe another network picks it up or streams it, so we can have future seasons of Clarkson's Farm. It's definitely a fascinating and interesting show, and like I've already said, I highly recommend you watching it. And thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like it, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And I hope that you enjoyed learning more about Clarkson's Farm, and I hope you give it a try on Amazon Prime as well. It's definitely a good laid-back show. It's not, a stressful show. It's you can relax and laugh while you see Jeremy struggle with farming. But yeah, I hope you all have a fabulous week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.